Some would call it swag, some call it cockiness, some would call it being a diva. When you're good, it's not bragging. An elite wide receivers and the confidence they exude often permeates an entire team, and we're going to see a couple of examples of that in this one. Welcome, everyone, to the home of the Oregon Ducks, the House of Loud, Autzen Stadium in Eugene, as we'll see a squad from the Big Ten, the USC Trojans, taking on the second-ranked team in the land, the Oregon Ducks. For EA Sports, I'm Reese Davis, Jesse Palmer, and David Pollack with me. Guys, can't wait to get this started. The Ducks will kick it off to get us underway. A rather underwhelming start as the kickoff goes out of bounds. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. They'll try the run. He couldn't get it to the corner as this defense opening things up with a big play.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
Let's talk for just a second here about USC. It has been a season to forget, and honesty compels us to say changes are probably coming.
I'm not sure, but I think Reese Davis just fired a coach. Is that what I heard? I'm pretty sure that's what just happened. Listen, hasn't gone well. You've heard the outside noise, continuing to get louder and louder, haven't met expectations. And this is the business we live in college sports, when you get paid a lot of money to do a job and you don't perform.
Listen, at the end of the day in college football, it's results oriented. They've lost football games this year, and so all signs right now pointing to them potentially making that change before next season. They're going to stay competitive, and they're going to field the best team and program possible heading into next year. And it looks as though a change is inevitable here.
He couldn't find much running room there, didn't get a lot of blocking, and he'll step out of bounds. Might be changing the route. More to the air. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Throws to the wideout. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in.
And I love taking deep shots. I think it makes cornerbacks play honest, safeties play honest, and you could tell just missed a little bit deep on that shot. But listen, those are shots that we want to take because the risk is definitely worth the reward.
Fires to the middle. He's got it. That defense got gas, but they finally get him to the turf at the 47. The Ducks will have it 1st and 10. toss to the right. Finding open areas. Oh, he's got some space. And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
Pulls it in. It's Benson. Open space at the 25. They finally make the stop, and it's been this way this guy's whole career as a senior makes a play after the grab. Now the chance to pay off that big play from just outside the 5. Grab behind the line. It's Stewart. Crisp execution in the passing game, and they've got it down to the 3.
And this offense shows they will be aggressive. On first and goal, they get the completion. Listen, games come down to executing in the red zone. This is a big spot.
They've got it down to the 3. Now it's second and goal. Trying to bully their way in. He's got it down to the 1-yard line, right on the doorstep of Pater.
Well, he gets tackled down at the 1-yard line, so offensively, do you feel confident enough on third here trying to hand it off again?
Yeah, and I'm taking both these downs, and I'm coming downhill. I'm running the football, trying to get this in the end zone. I only got a yard to go. I got to be physical.
Trying to punch it in. Going right back to the well, and this time he finds water. Gets it into the end zone for the touchdown.
And after that touchdown, you can barely hear yourself think. Autzen Stadium, one of the most special places in all of college football, easily one of the loudest stadiums, is now going off. We've all called games here before. We love coming to Eugene. This place is magic, and it's because of these fans.
He'll return it. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. And he had it for a second, but it just dribbled out of his hands.
Well, it's a simple play. QB's just looking for his big fella, the tight end, and he couldn't reel it in.
So now it's second and long. To the air. It's Mayava. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be third down. It's pretty clear he didn't care about the double coverage. He thought his guy was better than their 2 guys.
Well, and there's reason to think that. That dude's a stud, and I understand it. I want to find ways to get him the football, but when it's 2-on-1, I might think about looking somewhere else.
Quarterback extends the play. Oh, he's going to be brought down. A huge loss on the play.
And they get to the quarterback and get the sack. That's a big emphasis for this defense. They saw a week ago, this offense gave up 3 sacks. They need to get to him early and often and create some indecision. Nice job getting a sack early in this football game.
Found a lot of running room before he goes out of bounds, and what a way to build a little momentum. Guys, sometimes they call this hidden yardage, and the punt return man set them up with a first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he'll be stopped for no gain, still sitting at the 3-yard line.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys, and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to be.
Big guy tries to barrel in. Touchdown, Oregon. All that baby in and then strolled into the end zone for the score.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
bringing it out. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. They'll snap this one to start the drive from their own 22. On the ground, it's Sanders. And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2.
We love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
They'll go to the ground. Couldn't find a lane. A pickup of 1 to the 31.
All season long, we've been watching this defense dominate against the run. They're the #1 rush defense in the entire country. With a big lead in this game, you cannot run the ball and expect to win and get back in it.
He's in open space downfield. And they'll spot it at the 38, and that'll be plenty for the first down. The Trojans come to the line with a new set of downs. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Oh, they're after him. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
And these coaches have these play sheets over there on the sidelines, and there's so many calls they want to call, and they want to make explosive plays, but you got to protect your QB, and he's already been sacked. Now he's hit again. Like, they've got to protect him up front if they want a chance of doing damage on the offensive side of the football.
Really nice pass there. You know the expectations at USC every year are sky high. Not just to win the conference, but to be in the national championship discussion. But to do that, they need this guy right here to play at a high level week in and week out, because this guy has the skills and the tools to take them.
That's the end of the period, and Oregon has the lead. And they jumped out to that edge early. As we wrap up the first, let's take a quick look at our game stats. Now, the challenge here, they've taken a punch, but they can't let it get out of hand as we start the second. First play of the period will be a second down. On the option. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time.
Intercepted, and now he's up to 14. He'll try to take it back. They finally make the stop, and not only the huge turnover, but the big return has them set up in business. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute there.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
And the Ducks with a second and short to keep this drive moving. Moore will throw. He'll take a shot. Touchdown, Ducks! They took a shot to the end zone and found 6 points waiting on them.
All you can say is how impressive has this team been at home today in all 3 facets of the game. Their defense has been outstanding. We've seen some plays in special teams, and the offense continues to deliver, showing off all of the playmakers and all of the versatility they have on that side of the football. This could not be better here in the first half for the home team.
Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. They just haven't been able to get anything going, and they better get started or it's going to get away from them, David.
Yeah, and these are the weeks that you really wish that you were playing a video game, and you could just reset the console, start over, Jesse, and make something better happen early.
They just look like they're sleepwalking in this first half, and it's not just one guy. They just haven't been playing collectively as a unit. And if I'm the head coach, I'm considering starting to give some other dudes some chances here.
Had the pick in his hands and couldn't hang on, and you just won't see that from him very often. It'll be third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Unloads to the wideout. Almost intercepted. It'll fall incomplete. The defense almost came up with a turnover.
You just wonder if the quarterback's trying to get it all back after throwing a pick the last time out. This time, that was not a good read. The defender was all over that throw. He should have intercepted that, but thanks to the drop, the offense stays on the field. This quarterback has got to take a breath, and he's got to settle himself down.
And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. They've been nothing short of spectacular so far. 3 drives, 3 touchdowns, and they'll try to make it 4 for 4.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
They'll keep it on the ground. Breaks into the open. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be first down. The Ducks get a fresh set of downs with a fast, hard finish on that play.
Fast is the word. As long as I can remember watching Oregon football, it's always guys that can get the football, get downhill, get back in the line of scrimmage, run the next play really fast, but it always starts with the ground game.
From the gun, he leaves it with the back. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front.
If you're going to stop the run game, you better be physical up front on the defensive line. They've got some maulers. They've got some dudes with bad intentions. Nice play there.
We're at the 2-minute timeout. They've built a big lead, and they'll try to pile on a little more before the break. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Moore to the air. Fires to the wideout. Working on the right. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
If you're going to be a quarterback in the Heisman race, you've got to win games and you've got to put up big numbers, and that's exactly what this guy has done all season long. Top 10 in the nation in passing yardage, and he's the biggest reason why they've been winning.
This offense has been running up and down the field, and here they are, 1st and goal, a chance to tack on another one before halftime. He'll set up to throw. Caught in the backfield, it's Whittington. Quick throw, but he's not going anywhere. The defense was all over him.
You know, you got to be careful as a QB throwing to your running back in man coverage. If there's a linebacker draped all over him, then that ball's not going anywhere. And you just saw it right there. Better play by the defense.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. He's going for the goal line. That completion has them right on the doorstep. They'll mark it at the 1.
Nice job by the defense forcing the 3rd and goal. You can't allow any run after catch in these situations. Play aggressive, play tight, and play physical.
They've moved it right to the edge, and they need 1 more yard for the touchdown on 3rd down. They'll try to slam it in. Touchdown, Oregon! And they take it in for 6 more points.
And, man, the defense really needed to stop there. They needed to create some momentum, get the ball back to the offense before the half. But the offense does their job, and they continue to pile on, continue to create momentum. There's going to have to be some questions answered at half with this squad because it's been a struggle in the first half.
On the move from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. They're lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they have dialed up for this one. On the direct snap, it's Sanders. The Wildcat created an alley, picked up a few, still some work to do for the first down.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
Looking for a man. It's Miami. Rushes on him. The pass falls incomplete, and that's how we'll finish this half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. And the Trojans will boot it away to start the second half. From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. Let's see if they can keep that first half momentum rolling. They'll open the second half on the ground. There he goes. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37.
This is going to be a big key for him, David, with the lead here in the second half, running the football, right? Staying on the field and bleeding the clock.
Yeah, run the football, you're ahead, you can be a little bit more conservative. But again, this opens up the pass. This keeps everything in balance for this offense.
Try to get it to the edge. A confident, tough, efficient run gets it up to the 44.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
The Ducks can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Wants to go up top. Caught near the sticks. It's Benson. Now they're starting to feel it. They've got a first down at the 44.
And an early completion for this dude, but you'll see a lot of that. I mean, he's been unreal this season, like spreading the football around, multiple guys. Every game you look up, he's putting up huge numbers. This offense is built around his ability to throw the football, and that's why he's one of the best in all of college football.
Moore will throw. He'll take a deep shot here. They've avoided the interception all day, but they were lucky to get that one back here late. It'll be second down.
Great coverage, great break on the ball. Had a chance to really make a big play and maybe even take that thing back to the house. But you got to secure the catch. We like to hit people more than we like to catch balls.
Wide receiver going in motion. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. He'll be shoved out of bounds at the 35-yard line.
And listen, they didn't get the huge play off of that, but I love the ability to show that and be able to show plays off of that jet motion and just show them you're willing to complete it. But, you know, get those little chunks at a time. It doesn't have to always be a home run. That's still a successful play.
The Ducks line up trying to move the sticks on third and short. Caught in the backfield. It's Whittington. Inside the 20-yard line. Pushed out at the 18, and they're in business.
Late in the year, this guy is square in the middle of the Heisman Trophy discussion because of his performance. He throws a nice completion there for a first down, but it's been week in, week out. Big moments. He's led this team to a ton of wins. He is their best player.
They're in the red zone, and they'll pass it. Punts it out of the air. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Ducks!
And this receiver is on fire. He's got all the skills that you look for in a big-time target. And that's already his second touchdown of the game.
And he made that extra point, the wet turf, no problem at all. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Out of the end zone. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. Give to the back. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. Going
for the big play. Picked off. That's number 15 on the year. Taking it the other way. The 40. They'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there.
And some defensive backs just have a way of finding the football. He's starting to develop that. His third interception on the season, just has a good feel for playing that spot in the back end.
Looking for room, it's Davison. Nice move to keep running. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
And listen, the offensive line has to do their job, but a really good job by the running back, understanding where his hole is. Go hit it, get the first down, don't mess around. Nice job following his hole, getting positive yards.
It's reverse. Turning it on. Got enough space. Touchdown, Oregon. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Well, the defense is going to be kicking themselves for that. They knew coming into this game they had to stop this wide receiver, and it wasn't just going to be catching the football. They knew they might see him in the run game as well. Really good timing on the reverse call there. Down in the red zone, the defense just not able to catch up and make a tackle.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. And the returner will be brought down.
Kick returners just have to do a better job knowing where they are on the field and what the situation is. That's a ball you got to let go through the end zone. That's a touchback. Instead, you're trying to be the hero, and now you've done yourself more harm than good. The offense starting in terrible field position.
This offense starts deep in a hole. The hand to the running back. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
And yeah, that's kind of surprising. And we talked about this before the game. One of the big matchups. Run the football against a defense that's been susceptible against the run throughout the season. But this offense just can't find a way to get it going. And I'm surprised, but now what's your counterpunch? How are you going to get the ground game going? Because so far, not a lot of success.
I got to be honest, I am shocked at just how well the defense has played in this game, especially stopping the run. We talked about statistically how they've struggled this season, but they have put the clamps down in this one, and they're just playing with a ton of intensity.
To the air, it's Mayava. He lets it fly. Brings it down on the right side.
Really nice poise by the quarterback on that throw. He's obviously backed up deep in his own end. He knows he can't take a sack, but all of his focus is downfield on coverage. He finds the matchup he wanted, and it's an explosive play for the offense through the air.
Finds a little space. Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks with the first down.
First down, you know you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big gain.
Off play action on first down. Trying to get behind the defense. And they won't make the connection, looking to make a big play there.
This is a situation here in the third quarter this offense did not want to be in, facing a top 10 defense, one of the best units in the entire country. They didn't want to get down on the scoreboard like this and all of a sudden have to throw the football when the defense knew that was going to happen. The incompletion there is not a big surprise. This defense knows what's coming, and it's all because of the points right now on the scoreboard.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. And he can't pull the trigger, and that will be the final play of the third quarter. We wrap it up with a sack. Time has expired here in the quarter, and Oregon has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. The Trojans decide to punt it away. He's getting a lot of work. 4th time he's punted tonight. He'll field the punt and see what he can get. And he's going to get it up to about the 29-yard line before he's brought down. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
It's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect it.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
And the Ducks can really attack on this 2nd and short. Gonna run it. It's Whittington. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down.
And I think as a running back, if you're this guy, you're licking your chops right now. This is what you want, right? You've got a big lead in the 4th quarter, and you're smiling because you know you are going to get the rock. They're going to force feed you the football to try and ice this game, and he's paying him off right now. That's a really nice run.
And I know you can play these late-game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. He'll keep it himself. Got enough for the first down. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
Well, the defense did a pretty good job that time on the option play of having someone dedicating themselves to the quarterback to get him down. Not enough to stop the offense from picking up the first down, though. The defense really needs to be keyed in on this because they're going to see this option play more and more as this game goes on.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
We've reached a 2-minute timeout, and in all likelihood, they could just run the clock out. We'll see if they want to rub a little salt in the wound. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. The handoff, keep working on that clock. And he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle. Now facing a 3rd and long. They'll run it. Absolutely nowhere to go as this defense makes a 3rd down stop. The Ducks will punt it away on 4th down. He ought to be able to use his first punt to pin him deep. Sends his first one of the day on the way. We didn't see much of him in that victory last week, just called on 1 time. Let's see what they can get going on this drive as they snap it from the 7. To the air, it's Mayava. Fears the pressure. And it's a pick in the end zone. Touchdown, Ducks. What a play. Not only the interception, but the great return for the score. That's what finishing the deal looks like. Build the lead in the 4th quarter and close in on 11 straight victories.
Well, that was absolutely incredible. I don't know if I've ever seen a play before where a defender gets a pick 6 and he doesn't actually even have to advance the football. They were so backed up. The quarterback was so far deep in his own end zone when he threw it. He never saw the defender. He picked it off and touchdown defense.
He'll bring it back looking for help. And they'll haul down the returner to start us on the next drive. Good news, I guess, a lot of room to work with as they start this drive from their own 15. They'll run the option. He'll pitch it. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
And I think that time the quarterback made the wrong read. He was trying to pitch it. He didn't have to, though. There was a lot of green grass and space out in front of him. If he just holds on to that football, he might not score a touchdown, but he's definitely going to be able to at least get positive yards. I think that's a play on the option the quarterback would like to have back.
And that pass will be jarred loose on second down. That brings up third down. We'll see if the offense can move the chains after that incompletion. On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. And it's incomplete, but there's a flag in the backfield. Let's see who the call's on. They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on third and long. Looking downfield, it's Mayava. Under fire. And it's his fourth interception of the night. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back.
And that's kind of what this offense has done all day. They have struggled. They haven't gotten a rhythm. They haven't found a way to get points on the scoreboard. And late in this game, when your defense and your team really needed it the most, Palmer, they throw the INT.
And it's a microcosm, too, of just how dominant the defense has been. They've always been a step ahead. They've been the more physical side, and they've been making plays on the back end. That interception should seal this thing.
This is what an elite team does. They know they're better. They go out. They take the figurative sledgehammer and hit them right between the eyes.
And they just look good in every phase of the game. If I'm on the coaching staff, I don't know what you could ask for your guys to do better. I think the challenge now for this team is going out next week and trying to play with the same type of intensity and the same level of execution.
Well, Jesse, it's easy to look good on the field when you look that good in your uni. Like when you look that good coming off the bus. Those dudes are good. This is a great team, and they proved it. Just domination from start to finish.
That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.